Hello everyone. I just wanted to give you guys a few little tips and tricks about Zoom since we're going to be using it quite a lot for the rest of the semester. If you see me looking over towards my left hand side, don't worry, it's because I actually have another instance of this same meeting open. This area right here is the real Professor Montgomery as you would see me on Zoom when you first come in. Once I start my video, like I will do right now, and like I said, the computer's over to my left, you would see me in that area. Since I'm going to be recording, I'm going to go ahead and stop my video on that particular computer. This way I'm not causing any confusion. Now, the instance of Zoom that you will see when you first come in, you may look like this. It is because I do not have the camera started, nor do I have my microphone on. In order to tell if your microphone is on or not, you can look right down here and see the actual microphone. Now, in order to start your video, you would click on the ellipsis up at the top and you would click on Start Video. I will not do that this time because I'm actually using the camera on this computer to record up here at the top. So there's a few tips and tricks that you're going to need to know in order to make this online transition successful. First of all, everyone at some point or another may get frustrated. Please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out to me and ask me questions about Zoom. I've spent a lot of time on here practicing and trying to figure out the tips and tricks of this so that I can make the transition as seamless as possible. So one of the things that we're going to have to do in the Zoom environment is we are not going to be able to speak over top of one another. I know sometimes in class people get excited and they just start blurting out answers. In order to make this a successful and seamless and not have our microphones crossing over top of each other and getting feedback, we will have to raise our hands and wait to be acknowledged in order to ask your question. So how do you do that? When you move your mouse, you'll notice that down here at the bottom, you'll have a lot of different options. You will need to click on Participants. And once you click on Participants, you will see this little area to the right come up. Now you can see that right now I'm in this Zoom room as me, Lucinda Montgomery, and it just has an LM on there, and that's because I do not have my camera on. And I also have myself here as the host. Now, if I were to have my camera on this other computer, you will see that my picture will still stay there, but then you will see me over here on the left-hand side. Now, the view from the left when I'm actually using the computer and we're in Zoom will look exactly like the picture staring straight at you in the middle. Okay, so if you have a question, you raise your hand and you'll notice that it pops up there. I've clicked it. Once I have answered your question, I will clear that out. This will help me to keep track of whose question I have answered. If I ask a generalized question and I say something like, in order for transportation to be successful, we have to have roadways that support not only the weight of our vehicles, but also the mileage in which we'll be driving. Do you agree or disagree with that answer? Now obviously it's an agree or disagree, but to translate that over, we will use either yes or no. So if you click on yes, I agree. Okay, I will look over here and I will look and see the exact same thing that you are seeing yourself. Now, as the host, I can also click and answer that question and then clear myself out. Okay. Now, in order for me to clear you out, I would just need a second and I would clear out the answers. Okay. If you need me to go slower, you would click on the Go Slower button. I will see that and I will automatically clear that out, and that will be your indication that I have acknowledged that I'm going too fast for you and I need to slow down. Periodically throughout our time on Zoom, we will be taking breaks. The one thing that I have learned about online video conferencing is after a while you get a little bored. It's no different than being in class. The only except for there's not as much interaction between people. So we can't really feed off of each other's energy. So if I'm asking questions and I can see that I'm not getting responses, or, maybe we've been at this an hour already and I know we have a little bit longer to go, I'll put us on a break. Now, when we go on breaks, what you'll need to do is you'll need to hover over More and then click on Away. And you'll see that a clock will appear up at the top indicating that you are away. When it comes to breaks, if I say come back in 10 or 15 minutes, when you come back and you are at your computer, you need to go up to the top, you'll need to come down to the bottom and click away again in order to indicate to me that you are indeed back from the break. Now, I'm going to try my hardest to make sure that we have some sort of countdown timer that will count down the amount of time that we will be on break. That is something I'm still trying to figure out. But if I tell you be back at 1:30 or be back at 5:45, then at that time I will mark myself as not being away. I will come back and we will start class. Now, if you come back and you're late, not a problem. Just when you do get back, go ahead and click away again in order to clear it. From time to time, I may put some polls out there. And let's see here. I will ask a question and the poll will appear on your screen. Now, this question asks, the sky is blue, yes or no? You will indicate either yes or no and then click submit. After you have submitted, I will either end the poll once I feel like I've gotten enough answers, or I will ask you to indicate whether you have answered. And if you indicate no, then obviously I will not end the poll. But once the poll results are all in, I will share it and it will appear on your screen like this, and it will tell you that the host is sharing the poll results. There will be times that maybe we do a study session and I ask questions and we will actually use the poll in order to answer those questions. It could be multiple choice. It might even be short answer, but typically it'll be multiple choice or true false. You have the option to close the poll once you've viewed the results, but I, as the host, will be able to also clear them out when we are finished. There will be times where we will do what I'm going to call breakout rooms. Now, this is where you guys will get together in your learning communities, and from there, you will get an invitation that will ask you to join. Now, I have not named this breakout room as a learning community, but by the time we do end up working on Zoom continuously, I will have each breakout room numbered with your actual learning community number. So once I launch the breakout room, you'll see a message on your screen that tells you that I'm inviting you to a breakout room. You will click join. After a while, you'll get something on your screen that shows that a breakout room is open and that you are now in a breakout room. I, as the host, am able to go in and I may join your breakout room. So as your teacher, I might pop in from time to time and go ask you what your progress is. And then at the end of it, I will end up leaving the breakout room. When I leave the breakout room, I will disappear off of your screen, and then you will only see yourself and the other members in your learning community. After about 15-20 minutes, depending on how much time I give, I may end the breakout sessions. But say I give a 20-minute time period for you guys to go in there, discuss, work on it. I will pop in and out of the breakout rooms and check on you and see how much longer you think you have, or check to see what your progress is. And then say that you're finished before I end the breakout rooms. If you go down to the bottom right-hand corner and you click leave breakout room, it will ask you if you want to return to the main session, leave the meeting, or cancel. You should click on return to main session. your computer will think for a minute, and then it will turn you to the main session and actually tell you you are now in the main session. So those are the quickest tips that I can give you for Zoom. I actually implore you to please watch this video before you meet for the first time via Zoom. Now, if you've never used Zoom before, I will do my best to make sure that I share with you everything that I am seeing and help you out along the way. The biggest thing is I want you guys to ask questions if you don't know. Now, some of you like to ask questions because you feel like you need to be reassured about every single thing that you're doing, every single thing that you're saying. And I will tell you that you need to be participating and working with your learning communities and asking them the questions first. But when it comes to Zoom, you can ask me about Zoom. If you have any questions about the course material, your first stop is always in your learning communities. As always, I'll see you guys on the flip side.